the wood stove was right here. When we worked on this, on the wainscoting, this was all charred, very soft. It was difficult not to sand too much. I didn't want to remove any more than I had to, and so it was tender. You can see down here how much of this is burned away. I have a feeling they may not have had the what I think we should have here is a metal plate about this far out to keep so that air can circulate in back of it. It's very hard to tell. This whole thing is, we don't have a lot of good information on it. We're going to have to just go by instinct, I guess, on here. Looking up, this is the inside of the roof, which is the tongue and groove. We had to replace certain areas. The original stovepipe went up through here, and it had been replaced with some inappropriate wood by Seashore, and I had new wood made, so we replaced it here. And then over on the other side here, there were several other places where it was rotted and just wasn't suitable, so we had new tongue and groove made. And then right here is a rotted rib. Apparently the roof leaked and water got down into that rib and eventually weakened it. So at some point, and I don't know whether this was Seashore or whether it was the York Utilities Company, but they put what we call a Dutchman on either side of the rib and stiffened it up. We decided to leave it there, partly because it was so hard to get off and partly because it was part of the car's history. And we put a lot of epoxy on the upper side of it so that it's quite solid now. The roof overall from end to end does sag about 2 inches because of the weight of the trolley poles. Now whether that occurred way back when it only had one single trolley pole in the center, as it does, or as it will have when we're done with it, or whether because they put 2 of them, whether that did it, I don't know. But there's a lot of pressure and so forth on a fairly light structure. There was a lot of paint on here, and you can see it back here. The gray is original, as far as we can tell, or an early one. We left that on there. This is going to be a sort of a quaint time capsule where we aren't going to do anything. And we've broken it at a certain area here so that at least you can get some feeling of what was there. We'll leave the original piping and so forth. It'll be functional, but it just won't be the original color or the later day colors. The rest of it was extremely laboriously scraped off. There were many, many layers of very thick, heavy paint all over this whole upper area here, but we scraped it all back to the original wood and smoothed it down, and now it's ready. I see some areas which need a little more priming, but basically it's ready to go.